Hello everyone, this is JD Calderon and this is Indie Comics Explained, and today I'm taking a look at my latest read pile, or at least the first part of it. It was so big that I had to break it into two portions. I didn't want this video to be like an hour. So, these are some of the books that I'm going to be going over. I'm just going to pile these up real quick. So you can see there's a second layer to this, a third layer. Now, in quick review, we'll go over Solo. I already did a video on this, on actually both of these books. Peter Cannon, Thunderbolt Watch, and Solo, the Survivor of Chaos. Oscar Martin, Karen Gillan. Both great books, both done very different, obviously. This is Oscar Martin, artist from Spain, writer from Spain. He's just awesome. I really do hope they bring over more of his work. This is coming from Titan Comics. Great book. Definitely recommend. Peter Cannon, Thunderbolt by Karen Gillan. Some people call this like part 2 to The Watchmen. It definitely picks up where it left off. It's very interesting. This character, Peter Cannon, or Thunderbolt, he was supposed to be part of the group of characters that went over to DC as part of the I believe it was Charlton sell-off. But they the original creator kept his rights to this character, and he kept them, and they were his. And I guess he's licensed them off to Dynamite, where Karen Gillan got to tell this story. And this is kind of like, I guess, an alternate world story of what would happen at the end of Watchmen. Really interesting. I really enjoyed this. I'm happy they printed it oversized. Really good book. All right, next we have a book from Alterna, Feast or Famine. Dave Schwartz, Joseph Cooper, Wes Locker. This book's a lot of fun. Very well drawn. Nice colors. Really good looking book. Fun book. You have Einstein and Tesla traveling through time and space, going to different dimensions, going through all these different things. A lot of fun. Good book. I really enjoyed this. This was a fun little book. I hope those guys come back and produce more, whether they be at Alterna or someplace else, but it's a fun book. My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. Ed Brubaker, famously known for his crime noir books. This is no different. This is all this is. And My Heroes Have Always Been Junkies. That should definitely clue you in. That's what this book is about. It's about junkies and someone who idolizes junkies. A lot of good book. You know, it's on the darker side, very adult. It's fun. I really enjoyed it. You know, it's a really, really good book. So, what did he win? Hold on, it says here what he did. Oh, he actually won the Irish. Well, it says, well, I don't know if he won it for that, but whatever. All right, Absolute Carnage. Donnie Cates, Ryan Stegman. Stegman, I gotta say, excellent artist. Sometimes I sit back and I wonder, it says, damn it, it says, who are the new guys coming up? When I grew up, it was like John Byrne, George Perez, John Buscema, that sort of thing. I mean, a lot of great early artists, and then that led into guys like Todd McFarlane and Mark Silvestri and Jim Lee and a slew of others. And then I see this guy, Ryan Stegman. I don't know much about him. This is probably the first, I may have seen his work in other places, but the guy is excellent. The guy's excellent artist. Donnie Cates produces, I think this is a fun story. This is not anything great. It's just fun. And in the end, I think for me and Marvel, that's all it really needs to be. It just needs to be fun. This is a fun book. I enjoy it. I don't know much. It's funny. I was there and I have a lot of, in my collection, I have a lot of the beginning issues of Venom. I just never got into the character. You know, but this is kind of like Donnie Cates brings the H.P. Lovecraft Cthulhu mythos, or Elder Gods mythos, to Marvel Comics through the Venomverse or whatever. And basically that's all it is. It's just them tapping into ancient gods and then, siphoning it through Venom. So it's kind of a bit of a horror comic, mixed with regular standard comic book stuff. Fun book. I really enjoyed it. If there's a second part to this, I'll definitely be picking it up. Then we have Prodigy. Interesting book. Mark Miller, Raphael Albuquerque. This is a standalone. This is a single shot. This is, I don't know, James Bond meets Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's... Wow. I'm blanking on Sherlock Holmes. But yeah, it's basically Sherlock Holmes mashed together with James Bond. And that's this guy. And probably also throwing in like Tesla and Einstein. This guy's like a super genius. And he thinks on many, many different levels. And he is just a super genius. And he's an action junkie. Yeah. So it's a fun book. It's typical Miller. Let me mash everything together and give you a fun story, and that's what it is. And it's fun, and it's in the end all it really needs to be. You know, it's bubblegum. It's a little bit better than that. Fantastic artwork. Great book. So Prodigy, fun stuff. Mark Miller hitting it out the park yet again. The Boys. This is the final volume. This is volume 6. This is an omnibus from Dynamite. This book finishes off the series, and I was really looking forward to this. It gives a lot of explanation as to what happens with these characters and how it all goes down. I don't want to ruin it. I personally, the ending is a little nihilistic and a little hopeful all at the same time. It was fun. I really liked the series. And I know Garth has come back and he's doing another spin-off series, which I'll be getting when it's compiled at some point. This is a good series. I really enjoy this. I'm really looking forward to the TV show, the season 2, because it is very different than what's in the comics. It's pulling from different eras in the comics, and the situation is just a little bit different. So I'm really interested in seeing what Kripke is up to with that show and how it's going to differentiate. And I like watching the various forms that these shows versus the original works take. I mean, I also watch the editions, and if you've ever read the books, very different than what the TV show does, but still, the TV show is very interesting. It's a really good show. So, anyway, so The Boys. Good stuff. Then we have Jason Aaron, Dennis Holmes, Sea of Stars. It's a good-looking book. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like this little kid finds this magical hammer. He's floating off in space, and he finds all this kind of weird life forms in space. And I guess through this hammer, he finds, I guess he has the powers of some deity, from some alien deity. It's fun. I don't know if I'll be picking up the second one. I might give it a punt just to see if it gets a little bit better. I found it just a little too predictable. This is basically, you can see he's holding a hammer, so this is just, Jason Aaron doing Baby Thor or something. I don't know. It's like I said, I may give the second volume a punt. We'll see. The artwork is incredible looking. The story I found to be a little simple. If you've read Jason Aaron's stuff already, you kind of see where it's going. It's not bad. It is good. It's just, like I said, for me, it's a little predictable. All right, moving on. We're finishing out with Alan Moore's Hypothetical Lizard. This is a black and white book. This is one of the books I got when I picked up all of my Avatar books. This is a good book. It's very interesting. It's actually taken from this short story that Alan Moore had written. And it's an interesting story. I mean, it is a one and done type of thing. Since I got it as part of that huge package, I didn't mind having it. It's certainly not something I would have sought out on my own. It's an interesting story. I'm not even going to go into it, but like I said, if you could get it at the price, I got it for about $6. I think it was either $5 or $6. If you can get it for that price, I would definitely recommend it. If you like Alan Moore and you like his work, it's something you're going to want to look into, but it's definitely not something you have to have. All right, so that's pretty much it for today. I have a second pile to this pile, which I'll be putting up in a couple of days. So thank you so much. If you like what you heard, please hit the like button, subscribe, share out the video, And if you want to check out some of my work, go check out the Oswald Chronicles at theoswaldchronicles.com. I still have an Indiegogo going. It's on in demand, so if you want to check that out, I have probably a Kickstarter campaign going up next week. And that's pretty much it for now. Thank you so much, guys. JD out.